What's going on, guys? Black Scout Survival. The Chinese Communist Party have developed, and they've been working on a new type of artificial intelligence to impersonate U.S. voters. And this coming election is going to be like none we've ever seen before in our history, but for many reasons, not just this, and I'll talk about those as well. But I think this will set the stage. This election will set the stage of the game as far as our trajectory, whether that is total collapse, whether that is World War III, civil war, civil unrest, or totalitarian control. It's not going to be good, in my opinion. It doesn't look good, regardless. I don't know how it's, it doesn't matter who wins. It's only going to get worse, in my opinion. Just because if the right wins, there's going to be much more fighting than you've probably ever seen before from the left. And if the left allows it to happen, anyway. So Microsoft actually on Thursday said they have detected a Chinese-controlled network of social media accounts that uses artificial intelligence technology to replicate or impersonate Americans and spread propaganda to influence U.S. voters. The difference between this AI is that is generative, is it mimics U.S. voters, and the more it is used, the smarter it gets. Okay, so I mean, artificial intelligence, that's what it's designed to do anyway, but this one is specifically designed to mimic the U.S. voter and produce content that's eye-catching, a lot of visual stuff that previous campaigns with, the stuff the Chinese were doing is much different because they're impersonating. They've tried to do these sort of things before. In the past, that what they would do is contact creators, influencers, content creators with large followings, offer to pay them just to post these various articles. I mean, once you start reading the article, it's broken English. An American didn't write this, and it was typically all propaganda. But with this AI, they can pretty much implement the same kind of strategies, but at an advanced level that looks like an American. Creating various images. So this is actually have one here. And so like this right here, this meme, democratic and freedoms, everything is being thrown away, the goddess of violence. So they're trying to, I guess, provoke people, this AI, to promote violence, divisive topics, talking about, bad about political figures. But this is one. I mean, actually, it looks pretty good, doesn't it? So that's what I'm saying. It's actually pretty good AI. I think this would, anybody see. I mean, this would be a T-shirt. I mean, not the democratic part, but the goddess of violence, and this here, her with I can't tell what kind of gun that is, but this is post that's being basically made with very little human intervention, and the AI is learning from its mistakes. This is probably one of the most formidable propaganda campaign or operations we're going to see as we move forward. It's better also at responding to other human interactions, so like comments and posts. That's why we're seeing a massive uptick in accounts that are trolling. I don't know if you guys have witnessed it, but I've witnessed it on our own channel here, Black Scout. We'll have guys with like 1776 in their name, but they're talking about they're advocating for gun control or something ridiculous, something totally against the norm of someone who calls himself a patriot. I've seen a lot of that. I've seen it a ton on Facebook and Instagram. I mean, a ton, especially. There was this battle going on one post I'd seen on Instagram, And I looked, and there was like, I mean, it was like it really got really racist. Like, I mean, legit, I don't even know how. That's why Zuckerberg's got to be in on it, because they wouldn't even let me. You know, I got hit for me posting a picture of a gun the other day. You know, it's wild, but Zuckerberg is obviously in on it because they're saying some legitimately like racist stuff to other people, and they're getting in fights. When you look at these accounts, and it'll be like 30 of these bot accounts attacking one person. You look at the account, and the account has no followers. They're not following anybody, and their pictures like the Gadsden flag. You know what I mean? There's no posts, no followers, no following. Gadsden flag, Confederate flag. I mean, I see some just wild stuff, and every single account that was doing this had no following, no posts. You know, could it be a bunch of random people make? I mean, maybe, but I don't think so. I think they're this AI bots that they're created to create this divisiveness, this infighting within Americans. They see how the thing is, the Chinese and the rest of the world, the Chinese have even played into the racial division part. You've seen them talk about that, to play into that. You know, North Korea did the other day too. Whenever the private king ran off in North Korea, and they were like, you know, saying that very racist, abusive treatment in the U.S. military. So they're obviously trying to push this type of propaganda to cause more infighting. And so if you have a bunch of accounts attacking people, whether it's gun violence, whether it's whatever it is, Joe Biden, it's going to create more division. And that's what the Chinese want. I mean, if I was going to go to war with someone, I wouldn't want the country united, right? I'd want them fighting each other. I'd want them at war. That way it'd be easier. They're already taking each other out. They're not getting along. They're not gonna try to fight me, right? So we have our own enemies within. We do, you know, and that's a huge problem. The political persecution we see going on, the increase in the Department of Justice, the past few weeks, past month, arresting, killing people. I mean, it's wild. If you'd have told anybody 15 years ago what was going on today, they'd be like, "You're full of it, dude." Nah, we're here. We're here. It's unbelievable. And now I want to touch this before I get into the bulk of tonight's content, but I spoke about this other day about the Biden administration. Joe Biden is considering requiring illegal aliens to stay in Texas. Okay, so someone anonymously came from the Biden admin to the Los Angeles Times and said that they plan to put keep border crossers in Texas, right? So they're going to have ICE there that make it easier to locate and deport illegal aliens within Texas, since they would be close to the United States-Mexico border. That's what they're saying. They're saying they're going to keep ICE there, do the screenings there, so they can deport them, because they're right. They're not going to deport them. They're just using this as deploy. We know the semantics they're using. So you're going to put ICE there. Oh, we're going to do their screenings here, but because we're so close to the border, we can easily deport them. What they're going to do is setting them free there, right? So that way they have no way to get a hold of them. So that is part of it. You know, Biden is also trying to shield the sanctuary states, the ones that they said they were sanctuary states, but when the migrants come, they, you know, collapsing. Like New York, we just seen Eric Adams crying the other day. Chicago is just, I mean, out of control. They're people are flipping out there. I even seen tonight there was I guess a community get together, and there was one, I think it was a pastor, a black pastor, and he was like, "Look, our the issues involved in the black community is being overshadowed by the immigrants coming in here, right? You can't even hear our voices." Well, that's what you voted for, right? The Democrats are only going to use you for votes. They're not doing anything for you. They want to use you for votes. They want to get rich. They want their buddies to get rich. They want the middle class, lower class to be poor, to be peasants. Put you in the 15-minute city. put you in the cage, build a semiconductor, and eat crickets. That's what they want. Okay. Anyhow, speaking of that kind of stuff, have you heard about this new government surveillance project that's going to record your every move? Check your underwear. Government surveillance project to record your every move. Now, this ain't no joke, guys. Federal government has just invested at least $22 million in developing smart clothing that can record audio, video, and location tracking. Say what? Yes. We've moved computers into our smartphones. This is a chance to move computers into our clothing. I don't want computers in my freaking clothing. I don't want them there. Not to mention, before I even go further, have you guys seen the amount of radiation that comes from like AirPods? I used to wear AirPods. You've probably seen me wear them before. I don't wear them at all anymore because I've seen the amount of, I guess, radiation. I don't know if that's the proper word for it, but the radiation, I'm going to say, that's coming from, emitting from it. Your phones, dudes put it right beside their Johnson, and then they're wondering why they can't have kids because it's baking them. It's baking the babies. I keep that junk away from me as much as possible. But I got rid of the AirPods. So I definitely don't want the clothes on. I mean, look, guys, I love fitness, and I wear a Garmin. Like, I wear a Garmin when I work out. If I'm outdoors, like doing something, I need to, if I'm hiking or something and I need location tracking and stuff. But outside of that, I'm wearing an automatic watch. You see me, I'm wearing an automatic watch. Like I don't want anything on my body that's emitting anything. Okay. But this smart clothing, they're calling Smart Electronic Powered Network Textile System, also known as Smart E-Pants. Cute, right? And this is not a joke. Let me pull up the government. Let me pull the government website. Like regular clothes, but smart. No. They aim to develop underwear that can appear and perform just like normal undergarments, but can also record your every move. Who is wanting that? Right? It's just going to be very, very expensive, but they don't care. They print money. It doesn't even matter. Why? But the big question is why? Why? What benefit does this have for Americans? So you may want to do fitness tracking. You can buy the Whoop strap. You can buy a Garmin, Apple Watch. You know what I mean? Heart rate, my old school heart rate monitor. I used to have that one with battery. Why do I want you to be able to track my every move in my underwear? So basically, I can get rid of everything. I'm in my underwear, and you can still track everything about me. I mean, this sounds like something out of a freaking movie. Does it not? This is all about control. Make no mistake about it. Every day, if you can't see, and the clickbaiters, they're like, oh man, you're clickbaiting, fear mongering. Dude, if you can't see, this is a government website I just showed you, .gov. The federal government just spent $22 million to make clothing to track you, underwear to track you. If this isn't a move towards totalitarian government, I don't know what it is. I can't break through to you guys. The sheeple, fear mongering, sheeple, wake up. Wait, anybody home? Anyhow, I hadn't heard anybody talking about this. I hadn't heard not a peep. Black Scout Will actually sent it to me. I was like, you got to be kidding me, dude. and he sent this to me a few days ago, and I was like, no, this isn't true. Not true. I went down the rabbit hole deep. I almost didn't come out. That's how deep I went. And it's wild. I can't believe. Look, let me pull this up. $22 million. Record audio. The FBI don't have to put people with wires on you, sneaking in, talking about they're part of the militia anymore. They're gonna listen to you. I mean, they can do that with a cell phone. I mean, FBI is probably listening right now. I mean, who knows? CIA. I mean, who knows? They can do that anyway. But you put that in a Faraday bag. But what if you don't know what's in your clothes? Like they do this, they roll it out, and you don't really know what's in your clothes. Anyway, guys, I wanted to share that again because I have not heard anyone talking about it, and I thought you should know. This is where we're headed. See you on the battlefield, guys. Stay frosty, strapped, always stay dangerous. Take care.